Hello and welcome to episode 22 of the Valheim Let's Play Survival Series. The plan for today, on this beautiful stormy day, is to build a small cute little bakery here as part of the fishing village. Be sure to check out the other episodes and subscribe if you'd like to see all the progress that my brother and I have made on this little fishing village lake town here. But it needs a bakery, and now that I took out Motor in last episode, the dragon boss, we have unlocked the oven, so I can place the artisan table and be able to craft the oven to bake bread and everything else. So we're just gonna have a little single fire pit here and an oven. This is what I've laid out kind of as a floor plan for the little bakery here. We'll have a little walkout deck there. It'll be pretty small, but it will be the only build in the entire fishing village to have an oven. So that'll be exciting. Before I get started though, we do have a name for the inn and tavern. Thank you, Erica, for commenting below, the Chip Inn. So, we love the puns. Thank you for that. If any of you would like to name any other builds in this lake town, be sure to comment below. But I love it. The Chip Inn. We all chip in around here, so it's definitely a good name for this little inn and tavern. But today I have collected a bunch of resources. So I basically filled some of these chests with wood, some core wood, some stone, some tar, things to kind of get this bakery laid out so that I can really focus on some building in this episode. So without further ado, let's get started on the bakery. Alright, so I'm going to get started on the floor. I think I'm going to orient it like this. And we can just start placing that, snapping it in so that I have a platform to stand on to continue all the walls and everything. So it'll be very small, like I said. I'm kind of thinking that in this little nook corner right here could be like some stands with some bread and things on them, maybe a little counter, and then just a little open walkout deck with some seating for people who want to eat their morning bread and tea, and then have the little mini kitchen with the oven here. So it'll be a very small, quaint build. But let's get this floor filled in, and then we'll plan out what to do next. Alright, perfect. The floor is now on, and that is definitely looking very nice. I like how this kind of just overlooks and makes kind of this little pond area in here feel a little more cozy, how I kind of built the bakery on an angle here. So with that, I did finish off the chimney, or at least mostly finished here, so I may as well grab a little bit of stone, and we can do a little fireplace right next to where the oven will go. So let's go there, and this will just be for a little bit of cooking. It's not going to be the big hearth, because we do have the big hearth with the iron cooking station in the inn and tavern over here. So if I do have to cook the lox meat or serpent meat or anything like that, I can use that one right there. So I didn't want the chimney to be crazy big on this build, so we're just going to use the little tiny fireplace and then the oven. And I believe for the oven we need some surtling cores, but first let me use my dragon tears from last episode to place the artisan table. Alright, I got my dragon tears. It's only 2 dragon tears and 10 wood to place the artisan table. I'm just placing it right out here for now. And check out all the new recipes that we unlocked. If I go to my hammer, we have the oven, which is right here. So yeah, 15 iron, 20 stone, and 4 surtling cores. So that's really amazing. We also have the blast furnace. So we'll actually be able to smelt black metal soon. We have the windmill, the spinning wheel, so many awesome things that we can now do. So with that said, I think I'm actually going to grab 5 surtling cores for the oven. I believe I do have a few surtling cores in some of my chests up here. And then I do have some smelted iron in the chests down there, so let's see if I do, because I'd love to get that in. I'm extremely excited to have an oven that will unlock so many new food recipes and everything else that I'll be able to actually do. And then it'll be time to raid a fueling camp so that I can actually get the food for it. because we will need to start growing barley and flax and all that good stuff. So let's see here. We're carrying too much. Let me put some of my stone and wood back here. There we go. Now we should be able to place the oven. Let's see here. Oven. We do need 20 stone, so I guess I will replace the wood with just 20 stone. There we go. Perfect. All right. Amazing. The oven. Look at that. That is so cool. So we'll have the smoke ventilate out into the chimney. And oh my gosh, it's so cool. You can just walk up to it and the door's open. You can put your bread in there and everything. That is really quite an awesome thing. So another thing I'm also gonna do is change my chimney around just a little bit. So now that we have the oven in there, I think I'm going to go ahead and grab some stone and destroy this piece here and place it with one of these, and then put a little arch like that. How does that look, guys? That looks really good. And then we could have like a little mantle, maybe some cabinets above the oven, and then some little cooking stands right over here. So I think that's it for the stone for this build. That looks really great. Essentially kind of working from here over, because obviously the bakery will be centered around that oven. So let's finish off that little chimney area and we'll see what we want to do for the walls. All right, so for the walls, I think I'm gonna do them just like most of my other builds, where I go up a couple of beams with the core wood, just to give it kind of a solid base. So that's what I'm gonna do here. We're just gonna go up 2 with the core wood, just on the sides where I need to. So I think right here we'll go up 2, in the front we'll go up 2. It just gives it a nice base, and then I'll continue the rest of the way with normal wood. So once we have it up 2, I'll go ahead and bring in the normal beam just to kind of trim that out. That way we have the potential for windows, everything like that. So there we go. That's definitely looking nice. I think I'm gonna do a little window here and a window right here. So to do that, I'm gonna take my little 1 meter and I'm going to go up 2. So we'll go up like that. And then same thing on this side. 1 and 2. 1, 2. And then taking the normal 1 meter high planks like that. That's how I'll finish off these little window walls here. Perfect. That definitely looks very nice. We'll put a little piece of trim like that, and then we're ready for shutters. I also like to do windowsills. So how I like to do that is just place these little guys halfway like that. Creates a nice little windowsill. And with that, let me go grab some bronze nails so I can do some shutters, and then I'll finish off the rest of the walls to be the height that we want it. I don't think I'm going to do a little window back here, just because I think that could be a great little nook for kind of a little kitchen area, maybe some food storage to go for the baker. So with that, let's get some shutters on, finish off the rest of these walls, and then we'll kind of trim out how we want the roof to be. Alright, so it is now the next Valheim day, and I have put some little shutters on the outsides of the windows, as you can see, finished off the walls, and trimmed out kind of the beam where I want the roof. So this area will be outside, this nice little deck. Made a little railing around it, just like all the other railings in the fishing village. And I think what I'm gonna do is make a roof peak that kind of goes right over here, where the center of it is kind of there, and then turn 90 degrees to have a little roof peak going right over here. So for that, I'll kind of show you what I mean. It'll be a lot easier than explaining it. So let's do a little scaffolding. I think for this, I'm going to have a little A little 26 degree going into a 45 degree for this first section. So let's bring in, oh, I don't have the tar in my inventory just yet, but let's grab some trim just like that, and then I'll bring it into the 45 degree like so. And this will only be one level. It technically could have like a little loft, but maybe I'll do some storage in a loft. So we'll have a roof peak there, just like that, and then we'll also have a roof peak on this side right over here. And I think this one will just go ahead and do it as a 45 degree roof peak. So just like that, and then obviously we can kind of bring in the center beam because it doesn't have an odd number. This corner will be like one of those corner pieces, and the roof will continue kind of coming inward on itself. We'll see how it works. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna pull this off, but let's just keep outlining some stuff, and I'll get back with you guys shortly on what I decide to do. Alright, so I have figured it out. I think what I'm gonna do is continue this 45 all the way over, just like that, and then I'm gonna use one of these pieces like I was talking about earlier on that corner there. If it'll snap, maybe I have to snap it to the edge of this little 45. There we go, perfect. And then I'm going to continue the 45 all the way. Well, actually, this is definitely proving to be a little bit interesting. Alright, so this is how I've decided to do it. I decided to replace all of this with 26 degree roof panels instead of the 45 degree ones. And looks like I'm stuck here. The world is saving. There we go. So, and then I just decided to do a little 45 degree kind of roof peak area where I could have like a little loft with some storage. Not really stairs going to the loft, just kind of accessible from the base level. But this looks like it'll work really, really well. So I think what I'm gonna do is continue. Let's see here. I think I'm actually gonna make this back wall solid. So I'm just gonna replace it with two of these guys right here. And then I can go ahead and finish off this roof peak, and I'll do a big window, kind of a roof peak window on that side there. So let's pop those guys on there, and then do the same thing to the other side. Perfect. Yeah, I really like that a lot, actually. Just kind of, again, anything I can do to add texture and make things look interesting, and that definitely does what I want it to do. So let's see how it looks from down here. That definitely looks nice. So I'm pretty much done with the scaffolding at this point. I have the main section of the roof done. All we have to do now is trim that roof out, but I think I'm gonna actually do this little window like I was talking about right over here. So let's put two little side pieces there, and then let's put one big one, one little one there. And then maybe we could even do a 2-meter darkwood cross right there. That actually looks kind of nice for a little window up top. We could even fill the bottom half of it in with the crystals if we wanted to. Yeah, I think that could actually work well. I do like that. That way it kind of matches some of the other windows that I've done. And it'll look really good once I get the trim on the roof. So you'll see what I'm talking about there. I have done other videos more in depth about the trim. So I'll just get that done quickly and then show you guys the completed roof. Alright, so we have it pretty well trimmed out right now. This is what I mean. I just like to do this little 1-meter overhang like all my other roofs, put some crosses and everything. You can see that's really starting to look quite nice actually. So that's how that side looks. And then the side with the chimney all the way around here. Definitely looking really cool. So now I think it is time for the interior. I think as well on this little like square section here of the deck, I may actually choose to do a pergola. So let me show you guys my thoughts for what I was thinking there. I may actually go ahead with the little 1-meter beams. But I've got some really cool ideas. I'm thinking if we come out kind of like this, and then come in like that, we can kind of do this whole like little checkered pattern, like pergola type thing right over this portion of the deck. So I think this will just look super, super cool. This is definitely looking cool, so... Alright, we'll have to get some more wood. I think I'm also going to sleep because it is going to be evening. That definitely looks really awesome. So we can kind of just bring that out a little bit farther to kind of create a bit of like a deck overhang there. And then we'll almost be ready for the interior. So let me sleep so that you guys can see what I'm actually doing in the daylight, and I'll get back with you soon. Alright, so it's the next day now. It's a little foggy, but this is what I decided to do for the little pergola. Just kind of ended it right there. Looks really, really cool. It would be really cool if I could, like, build vines around it or grow vines. That would be a really cool thing for the game to add. But either way, that's definitely looking pretty amazing. And after some thought, I think I will entirely leave this all open. But I'm going to put a little shelf right here. So kind of like a little indoor-outdoor sitting area. And then coming in here, I'll have like a little kind of a bar and island for the baker to make bread and roll the dough and everything like that. And then maybe just a little nook of storage here. Maybe a little fermenter back in this corner here. And yeah, and then maybe a little display stand with some of all the baked goods in this little corner. So that's kind of the plan as of now. I think I can go ahead and start on the little indoor-outdoor bar right here. So I definitely like, yeah, that'll look really, really nice. So what if I kind of just turned it like that? Perfect. That looks really, really good, actually. And then I can kind of put a couple little stools right out here. Let me go grab some fine wood for that. Grab a bit of fine wood. Perfect. And we can just put a couple little stools. Maybe thinking... maybe even just 2 stools. That seems pretty good for what I'm trying to do here. So I'm kind of line them up with the cracks in the boards below. Yeah, that definitely looks nice. Little indoor-outdoor area. And then I could also do a little table right out here. I'll figure that out in a bit. But that looks really nice. That way the baker can kind of serve meals to the people in here, kind of waiting for them. And I think I may choose to... see if I could trim this out just a little bit nicer. If I put those there, and then, let's see, how does that look? It actually looks really nice. Perfect. I like that a lot. Nice little indoor-outdoor area. Now we could work on the little island for the baker, for their little table. So I think what I'm gonna do for that is actually just get a normal table here. That looks fairly good. Kind of be centered there, allow for a bit of kitchen space and a bit of surface area to roll the bread and everything. I'm wondering if phasing 2 of them together. Actually, that is definitely what I want. I'm going to phase 2 of the tables together. So let me... probably about like that. That looks perfect. So this will be kind of my little island for cooking on. Let's see, how can we decorate it some more? Actually, I have some great ideas. Alright, so this is what I decided to do. Basically, a little cutting board with the little flint knife there. I put some signs on the edges of the tables, just to kind of tie things together a little bit. Got a little waste bucket for crumbs and everything like that. Little chest, a couple chests underneath the table as well. So I love that little island design. I also added a back to this little bar here, and I think I will make that little section kind of the kitchen with some food storage and whatnot. So let me finish up this interior and give you guys the final tour. Alright, you guys, it is finished, or at least finished for now. I love how the front looks, nice and low profile. It looks very small, yet very amazing and spacious on the inside. So we do have the display stand like I was talking about with some item stands ready for when we do cook the bread. I don't have any bread yet, but I decided to put a little fermenter, maybe a little mead rack, kind of brew some sourdough or some ingredients or things like that. Little knife rack there, and then the little kitchen cabinet shelf up here with some ingredients for the bread, the oven obviously, another shelving unit, and a chest shelving unit for a bunch of ingredients for the kitchen. So this is kind of the little kitchen area. You can serve the people who are sitting at the bar there. You've got the nice little kitchen island that we showed earlier, and then just some little decoration on the wall there. I did decide to put a little chest up there at the roof eave as well. And then walking out here, this is the completed deck, for now at least. Just some little bit of seating. Again, just a sweet little spot to go and enjoy a morning tea or coffee with some bread. And especially when I have some bread on the island, and some bread on the little display stands here. Maybe I'll do some Queen's Jam or something, but I really, really like how it turned out. Feels very, very spacious, yet very, very cozy and small. It actually hardly used up any resources. It was a really, really simple build, and it fits in quite perfectly. And then, yeah, you can just kind of sit out here and overlook the little lake area. So I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope it was an inspiring little cute build. I hope to be adding some more cute builds, but next episode I may end up having the Plains Castle started. I am working on a massive Plains endgame castle build, so I've been working on it for quite a few months now. It's turning out so amazingly well that I'd love for it to be kind of a surprise for you all, so I may showcase a little bit of that in next episode. But other than that, I am super excited to actually go raid a fueling camp so I can grow flax and barley and make some bread. And we are ready for it right now. No pun intended. Actually, it was intended, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in episode 23. Cheers.